To be a Steeler is to consider others before you consider yourself. To protect your brother even from himself. To give support at your own expense. And when wearing the black and gold suit of armor, make sure nobody desecrates it, disrespects it. Most importantly, we ourselves don't dishonor it. From previous legends who have donned the black and gold. These virtues I learned while playing for the Steelers are what make the legacy of the black and gold timeless. They are passed down in the locker room from the steel curtain to anyone who valiantly wears the black and gold. Creating a brotherhood that is deeper than money, business, and winning. To be a Steeler is to consider others before you consider yourself. This is our culture, Steeler culture. Now, here are your hosts, Rob and Dan, the Steel Twins.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, there's a robbery. There's been a robbery.
There's been a crime down in, where are they at? Las Vegas, right? Vegas, whatever.
There is a robbery in Vegas. I would like to report a crime right now.
To the boys in blue. There's been a crime in Vegas. A robbery. TJ Watt has been robbed.
Trent Jordan Watt was just robbed again of Defensive Player of the Year, and I say again because this is not his first fucking rodeo.
Or his second.
Swear jar. This is, now maybe I'm stretching. But in my opinion, this is the third time he has been robbed of such an award. The third time. 2019, 2020 without fucking question.
I wouldn't even say that's a stretch, bro. Let's be real here.
2019 might be a stretch to some people. I feel like he should have gotten it over Gilmore. No disrespect. He had a great year. Lockdown guy. 6 picks that year. I get it.
Yeah, and then getting torched by Devontae Parker.
I know. Aaron Donald in 2020, I get it. Aaron Donald's a Hall of Famer. He's won it 2-3 times now?
3 times. Listen, not taking anything away from those two players during that year.
I'm just saying, there's a reason it's called Defensive Player of the Year.
You're the best defensive player in the NFL that year.
Statistically, and just watching the fucking games, Trent Jordan Watt,
as far as impact goes,
linebacker out of Wisconsin, was the best player those 3 years. They finally gave it to him in 2021 because they had to. He literally tied Strahan's record.
Does Watt have to do it again? Does he have to break it? He should have broken it, let's be real. But does he have to get back up there again?
Yes.
He has to go to those lengths for the NFL to be like, yeah, you got it.
He has led the ever since
he hasn't earned the other 3 times.
Ever since coming into the league in 2017, he has led the league in sacks 3 times. That's a record. That's an NFL record. No player has ever done that.
Not even his brother. Not even his own brother.
Didn't his brother do it twice?
Yes. His brother did it twice.
TJ Watt's done it 3 fucking times. This year, he led the league in sacks with 19.
So pretty much...
He was one shy of joining his brother as the only players to have multiple 20-season sacks. If he didn't get hurt versus the Ravens, no doubt in my mind he would have gotten it.
Yeah.
He had 2 before the end of the first half.
So pretty much what the NFL is doing is they are catering to lesser type of players on Watt's level.
I just want to ask this simple question. Why did Myles Garrett win it? Why? No disrespect and not taking anything away from Myles Garrett.
Now listen, we never are. We know the type of player Garrett is. He's one of the best in the league.
He's an elite player. He's probably going to be a future Hall of Famer, right? Not taking anything away from the guy. Much respect to him. One of the few Browns I respect after everything that went down with the Mason Rudolph debacle, right?
Yeah, they buried that shit.
They buried the hatchet. Respect to you.
Good for him.
I give full respect to great players out there, right? Myles Garrett's one of them. But there's no reason he should have gotten the award over TJ Watt. No reason in any year he should have gotten the award over TJ Watt. Not this year. Not this year. Not when you look at... I'm not a big stat guy because I don't like to rely a lot on stats. But if you look at the stats, TJ Watt literally leads most of the categories.
Yes.
Or he beats out Myles Garrett in the majority, almost all of the categories. The only category that Myles Garrett matches Watt is forced fumbles with 4. That's it.
Yeah.
Sacks, 19, TJ Watt, 14 for Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett only had one sack.
Uno.
One sack since Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's because
TJ Watt.
It's because he didn't have one yet.
TJ Watt in that span had, let me get my numbers right. Since Thanksgiving, TJ Watt has had 2.5, 4.5, 5.5, fucking 7.5 sacks in that same time span.
I mean, Jesus
Are you
Christ.
kidding me?
Down the stretch when it matters the most.
7.5 sacks down the stretch. So he has outplayed Myles Garrett. Statistically better than him in every category, and even played much greater down the stretch.
Yeah.
And he still got robbed.
There's a man that is a 3-4 outside linebacker.
Yes, and by that, he has to drop back in coverage on multiple occasions. So does he have more snaps than Garrett? Yes, but I equate that because he has to drop back in coverage so often. Most times we're like, why is he in coverage? And then you see why he makes plays like he did versus the Rams.
Yeah. Go show you the type of player. TJ Watt is a game wrecker.
Yes.
Nobody is on the level of TJ Watt.
And
nobody.
Myles Garrett gets double teamed more than TJ Watt. TJ Watt gets double teamed all the time.
Bro, he gets triple teamed.
Are you kidding me?
TJ Watt gets triple teamed.
He gets chipped.
There are still shots out there where he's literally being held by several linemen, pretty much in chokeholds, and triple being blocked by 3 people.
There's literally a right tackle, a tight end chipping, and a running back chipping on multiple occasions because they gotta slow down TJ Watt. And guess what? It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Nothing can stop TJ Watt.
Nothing. This guy is a fucking menace. And just like last time in 2020 when they robbed him, and he was like, I took that personally. He MJ'd it.
Yeah, of course.
And then he went on to tie, should have broken Strahan's record. No doubt, because he was hurt most of 2022.
Yeah.
And then he rebounded with 19 sacks.
Yes, he did.
Playing every game.
Yes, he did.
No doubt in my mind, next year he's coming up with another 20 sack season. No doubt. He's just consistently an elite player.
Yeah.
And again, not taking anything away from Myles Garrett, but there's just no reason that he should have won the award over him.
No, the only reason...
Dude, not even Max Crosby got a vote. And he had more sacks than Garrett.
Yeah, he did.
Khalil Mack.
Yes, he did.
More passes defended, more sacks than Myles Garrett.
This is nothing more but a political agenda by the NFL because Myles Garrett...
Absolutely.
He's their golden boy for defensive players, and he hasn't won one yet. So we're catering to people.
Because he hasn't won one yet, we gotta give him one?
We're catering to people that haven't won shit yet. I'm sorry. Maybe go out there and be the best at your craft. Go out there and be the best defensive player in the NFL. Guess what, Myles? You are not. So therefore, you should not have won the award.
Oh, because he didn't win one yet. At that point, you're telling me that the award is a participation trophy. It's like the leaders get the top prize, right? Which T.J. Watt was the leader in sacks, right? The leaders get the top prize, but you feel bad for the other guys because, yeah, they're great. They didn't get the job done as efficient as the other guy, but we still got to give them something. That's a participation trophy. And just like James Harrison, that's not acceptable.
No, it's not.
The Browns and Garrett are going to take it.
What the NFL is also showing is they are not awarding the best players.
No,
in the
they're
league.
not. It's Defensive Player of the Year, not who didn't get it last year. Fuck you, dude.
Or who didn't get it ever.
Man, I'm sorry.
It's fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's stupid.
Much respect to Garrett. He's a great player. He's a future Hall of Famer already. Okay? In some degree, yes, he does deserve this because he's worked his ass off since being drafted #1 overall by the Browns. But in no year is he better than T.J. Watt. In no era, in no world is he better than T.J. Watt. I'm sorry. He's not. This year especially, he was not. T.J. Watt is the best damn defensive player in football, year in and year out.
I don't know how many times he has to showcase it. I don't know how many times he has to put literally his fucking body, life, and limb on the line for not only for the team, but to showcase the type of importance, the type of impact player that Watt is.
You want to know how good T.J. Watt is? This guy is literally the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No shit! As of 2 years ago, technically, didn't tell you anything more than that.
And this is what he posted.
When he was down, I mean, forget about it.
I don't want to...
Forget about it.
I fear the day he retires.
You know the term one man doesn't make the team? There's no I in team? T.J. Watt is I. He's the I. He puts the I in team.
Hey, if T.J. Watt was anything like Kobe, he'd say, yeah, but there's an M.E. in that motherfucker.
Exactly.
He is literally the team. Man, and he put this on Twitter or X. T.J. Watt tweeted this out at 8:12 precisely, said, nothing I'm not used to. That's it.
Yeah, it's the third time. At least I consider it the third time.
I consider it the third time myself. But if you want to be
he's the uncrowned. Yeah, well, whatever. To me, he is the uncrowned 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year. This man should have 4 NFL Defensive Player awards. I would make that argument. That's just how great T.J. Watt is since coming into the NFL.
Oh, yeah. He's constantly getting better, dude. He's constantly getting better. This dude, he's been in the league since 2017. He has already taken the Steelers' record for most sacks. He's going to be the first Steeler ever to get triple digits in sacks.
To eclipse 100.
And Cam Hayward's not far behind. And by the way, shout out to Cam Hayward because there is some good out of the NFL honors. Cam Hayward finally won Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Yeah, that's why I'm repping the Cam Hayward for tonight's stream, is because he did win Walter Payton Man of the Year award, the most prestigious award throughout the NFL. And congrats to Cam Hayward. Props to him. Much deserving.
Yes, what he's done for the community has been incredible, and that's always great. And to everyone that's nominated every year is such a great honor in itself. But this is long overdue, man. The Hayward Foundation and everything they do, there's a reason why this award is spread out throughout the entire league, and every team gets at least one recipient to represent them for that award, and Hayward finally won his. So
yeah,
shout out to Cameron Hayward, man. He won Walter Payton Man of the Year. So shout out to Cam Hayward. At least
and that's another accolade in a soon-to-be Hall of Fame resume.
Oh, absolutely,
it's great.
So shout out to Cameron Hayward, man. So happy for him. So it's long overdue for sure.
Big time.
That kind of lightens the mood a little bit. There's a poll in the chat for you guys. 152 votes. Was T.J. Watt robbed? 92%. Shout out to James Harrison. 92% said yes.
8% says no.
To the 8%, I ask why. To the 8%, I ask why.
Please explain yourselves why you don't believe Watt was robbed.
Who do you think someone else should have won it?
What, me?
No, I'm just
okay. No. Listen, man.
People to vote no.
I mean, listen, if somebody else were to win that award, I think it should have been Parsons. Michael Parsons is great. He's another one of those impact players. He's not up there like a TJ Watt, not yet. You know, he could get up there, but he's definitely an impact player for Dallas.
Oh, absolutely. No, there's no question about that.
Yeah.
The 8% are Steelers haters and Browns fans, according to UT local bands. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. I wouldn't be surprised at all, man. Those brownies out there is what we like to call them. And I got to give a shout out to Loose Cannon, Shane. Shout out to him, man.
Yes.
He's the one that got me this shirt for Christmas. This TJ Watt shirt, which I'm representing it.
Yeah.
Kind of weird to represent
I don't know how they feel about this.
Oh, I'm sure they're happy for Garrett.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And are we partially biased? Of course. Let's not pretend we're not. But I think facts are facts. I think tape shows it and the stats show it.
Yeah.
Watt's better.
Of course.
Watt should have won.
Of course. Just simple as that. I mean, come on.
Simple as that. Will Anderson won Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I'm not surprised by that.
No, I mean, I know JPJ was nominated. He was never going to win it. But at least he was nominated.
It was good for him to be given that recognition.
Yeah.
Because as soon as JPJ came in, I mean, like, you've seen the impact. You've seen the presence.
Yeah. So,
But what's his name? Will Anderson win it. I'm not surprised by that. The guy's gonna be a
what's
beast.
his name? Won Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, Kevin Stefanski won it. I understand that. I can, considering the injuries that the Browns sustained throughout.
4 different starting quarterbacks. He won all of them.
Especially at QB, and Stefanski bringing them to a playoff berth and 11 wins.
Yeah.
Like I gotta admit, that's pretty impressive by Stefanski to lead the team
Absolutely.
through everything.
No, I'll give credit where credit's due. Kevin Stefanski definitely, man.
That man's a hell of a coach. That
Yeah.
man's a hell of a coach.
Absolutely. He turned around the Browns franchise.
Yeah, my God.
D'Amico Ryans turned around the Houston franchise. Dan Campbell had a terrible finish, but he
Stubborn finish.
a very stubborn finish. But he turned around the Lions' existence at this point.
Pretty much.
Like, my God.
Bringing Providence over to Detroit.
Yeah. So, I mean, well honored for those guys. I personally would have given it to Campbell, but I'm not going to totally throw a notch at Kevin Stefanski.
Or discredit him whatsoever.
No, you can't do that. That's incredible what he did. There's
Yeah.
very few coaches out there that can do something like that. And I will include Mike Tomlin in that category because he has shown it. And the truth of the matter is, he is going to have to continue to fucking show it.
Yeah.
Because that's just the cold open for episode 46 of the Still Culture Podcast. We got a lot to talk about. This TJ Watt news is fresh. This TJ Watt robbery is fresh. Myles Garrett's still on the chase, man. Still running.
Hopefully he doesn't have a helmet in hand.
I don't know. Maybe he's got a Ford White Bronco. I don't know.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
No,
God.
I can't commit. No, that's not even a good comparison. For obvious reasons.
Wow.
Those are two entirely different crimes.
I'm not associated with that joke. I'm not.
We know he did it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, well.
But anyway, we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about the new additions to the coaching staff that Steelers have unofficially announced. It's been reported, but the Steelers have a new wide receiver and, I suppose, quarterback coach. There is some unclarification
From several reporters.
There's some confusion whether
Confusion.
Tom Arth is either our pass game coordinator or our quarterback coach. All I know is Aaron Wilson, who reported it, he's been reporting all of the assistant coaching gig news around the league. But all he said was that Tom Arth is being hired to be the Steelers passing game for a Steelers passing game position. He never said coordinator. Passing game position could easily be associated with the quarterback coach.
Yeah.
We got to talk about that. We got to talk about Arth Rooney II's comments referring to the quarterback situation that he made the past 2 days in media, where he discussed possible trades or how he's not rolling anything out, and the next day after he immediately ruled out a blockbuster trade. We'll talk about all that. And yes, we do got to bring up the man, the myth, the legend himself, Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, Juice. Is Juice coming back?
I don't know,
He's
man.
attempting it. Will it be with the black and gold he wants it to be?
Hey, we got a lot to get into. Plus, we're glad to have you guys with us on this late Thursday night, man. As it is Super Bowl week Super Bowl is just right around the corner. It's this Sunday. I'm sure you guys are getting all festive and getting ready for the big game.
Chiefs-Niners, matchup number 2, rematch.
I couldn't give a shit.
I mean, listen, I'm sure it'll be a good game.
I'll watch it.
I'm hoping the Niners pull it off.
I know. I'm probably,
That's who I want to win, but who I think will win is the Chiefs.
If the NFL and the refs have anything to say about it, Taylor Swift is absolutely getting on that podium.
She might put on the
And
ring. Imagine her in Arrowhead putting on the ring next to Travis. I mean, I could already see it.
What?
I can.
What ring?
Super Bowl ring.
They don't get the rings till like September.
That's what I mean. Down in September.
How do you know they're even going to still be a couple by then?
Well, who
At this point, I think it's a fucking plant.
Who knows, man?
For rating reasons.
Who knows? She's going to be a part of history.
Fuck that. I'm not here to talk about Taylor Swift and all that bullshit. Anyway, let's just start off. Because the topic is hot right now. What do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, he's finishing his story, huh?
That was a hot press conference, by the way.
I gotta watch it. I know you've seen it. I was busy working.
Hashtag we want Cody.
Yeah,
just saying.
Absolutely.
Fuck you, Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you want to start off with? I'll leave it off to you. Where do you want to start? You want to start with the new additions to the coaching staff? You want to start with the Arth Rooney comments?
Let's start with the new position coaches.
Might as well.
Hirings.
Because the topic is hot right now. And again, this is unofficial by the Steelers. But according to a couple reports, including Aaron Wilson on Twitter and Jerry Dulac on Twitter X, the Steelers have a new wide receiver and quarterback coach, supposedly. Well, they definitely have a new wide receiver coach because Freeman Jackson is out of here.
Yeah, they parted ways with that. Wherever Jackson goes, we don't know, but best of luck to him. What was he, a wide receiver coach for what, 2 years? 3 years, something like that? So Steelers now have a new wide receivers coach, reportedly. He is former Jets wide receiver coach, Zach Azzanni. He is expected to join the Steelers coaching staff as their new wide receivers coach.
Yes. Now, this guy is, without question, a career positional coach. This guy is a career wide receiver coach. You look at his resume, all he is a wide receiver coach. He has done nothing but coach that position. Which,
everywhere he's gone, pretty much, has exactly been wide receivers coach.
Which that isn't a bad thing. That's not a bad thing because, I mean, you want someone that is very well experienced in that field. We need a new wide receiver coach. We need someone in there that can hold these guys accountable, that can bring a sense of responsibility, a sense of toughness and aggression in that locker room. Kind of like hold these guys
accountable.
Keep these guys, level-headed. That's what Zach... how do you say his last name?
Azzanni. That's how I'm pronouncing his last name. Azzanni. Azzanni. Zach Azzanni.
Zach Azzanni. We'll just call him Azzanni for now. We apologize for butchering his name, probably. Zach Azzanni. I mean, yeah, you look at his resume. He's been nothing but a wide receiver coach. Most recently, the last couple of years in the NFL with the Bears in 2017, the Broncos from 2018 to 2022.
So 5 years as the Broncos wide receivers coach. So he helped build and develop Cortland's son ever since he came into the league in 2018.
He's a stud.
As well as Jerry Jeudy, to which, I mean, Jeudy hasn't exactly been the breakout star receiver since coming out of Alabama.
Yeah.
He's been more so mid, but Sutton is a notable name. He's a worthy target, a hell of a target, actually. 10 touchdowns this past season.
Yeah.
And last year, he was with the Jets. As you know, Garrett Wilson is the star of the show over there on the offense.
He was already a stud before he even got there.
Yeah. But he was a guy that he did train and work under.
Oh, sure. And I will add this because this is when he first started his coaching career, or right around when he started working into the later stages of his college coaching stint before coming into the NFL. From 2007 to 2009, he was the Central Michigan wide receiver coach. And yes, he did coach Antonio Brown.
Throughout AB's entire coaching career, 2007 to 2009, Zach Azzanni was coaching Antonio Brown.
Yeah, throughout his entire college career.
In college.
No, that does not mean he's coming back. No.
Are you
Just
kidding
because Bell's being sparked up doesn't mean he's coming back.
Are you kidding
Not
me?
happening.
Are you kidding me?
Not happening.
Why would AB come back? Dude, that bridge is burnt.
You know that ain't happening.
That bridge is burnt.
I know it's burnt.
Tomlin said it ain't happening.
I know it's burnt. But the fact that he has this heavy resume of being a wide receiver coach, yes, he's a career wide receiver coach, but seeing what he's done for the recent locker rooms,
it checks the boxes for what the Steelers seek and want.
Yeah.
And what they're looking for. It absolutely checks the boxes as far as resume, what he's done,
As long as he can continue, first of all, we're the Steelers, so us developing wide receivers is a non-issue.
Yeah.
Just based on just history. I mean, come on. The list is endless. We'd be here all night talking about it. So I have no worry about us developing receivers. I just worry him teaching these receivers and leading by example, being a good coach. Kind of like that Daryl Drake type leader in that wide receiver room.
Yeah.
Juju, Deontay, they all felt the loss of Daryl Drake when he passed away.
Unfortunately.
Years ago, right before the season started.
Yep.
Right as training camp was underway. They felt that impact deeply. That is the type of coach, that's the type of leader he was. That's how much impact he brought to those guys in their development and just almost like a father figure to them. That's what I'm kind of hoping Zach Azzanni can do with our wide receiver room because, justified or not, these guys do have their issues. They do have these moments that kind of lead you off with, oh, here we go again.
Another prima donna, some maturity issues, some anger issues, quote unquote.
And like I said, justified or not, but we need someone in that locker room to level head these guys, to hold them accountable. That's not only from a coaching aspect, that's absolutely from a leader aspect on the entire offense, which we don't have.
At all.
We don't. And that doesn't look like it's going to change. But nonetheless, he's going to be a new wide receiver coach. Yeah. We'll see what he can do. He's an addition for Arthur Smith. We'll see how he works with him and these wide receivers. Now, going on to our new addition, our passing game position guy, Tom Arth. This is one I'm a little more excited about, because he most recently just worked with Justin Herbert with the Chargers, and you've seen what Herbert's been doing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
breaking records. He's actually setting records, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I mean, Justin Herbert's a top rising quarterback, arguably one of the best in the league. Mm-hmm. I mean, you see the type of caliber of talent Herbert is and how he's developed and how he's lessened the turnovers and where he's grown in a lot of aspects. I think a lot of that has to do with Tom Arth's coaching and how close he's been working with Justin Herbert. And frankly, any coach that works close with a great rising young quarterback, I want on my team. I want on my coaching staff.
Of course.
I want developing the next guy.
These were the type of moves that me and Dan were preaching, early into the offseason about the Steelers obtaining and bringing in.
Right.
Is them type of people.
Was that leadership, that accountability, and just guys that can develop these guys to get to that next level. Like, going back to wide receiver coach a little bit, I know a lot of people want Hines Ward, ourselves included. That's my boy. The position was open.
Yeah.
They didn't even contact him. There was a pipe dream to begin with. But yes, a guy like Hines Ward would be perfect for our locker room to bring back that Steeler culture mentality. He knows exactly what it's like to be a wide receiver in that locker room. He knows how to definitely hold these guys accountable and level head them and teach them some respect and some responsibility for sure. That was a pipe dream to begin with. But, leading into this quarterback position or passing game position, whatever, there were many options out there. Like, I know this is another pipe dream, but Bieniemy, since he's not returning to the Commanders.
Yeah, he's available out there for anybody. Anybody to be picked up.
We kept bringing up Pep Hamilton, Byron Leftwich to get them back in the league, and that's kind of like a Mike Tomlin hire. But I'm not upset whatsoever by Tom Arth. Seeing how he worked closely with Herbert and how Herbert's grown in a lot of areas, it's going to be interesting to see what he can do with our quarterbacks and our quarterback room.
Yeah.
Now, what is his actual position? We won't truly know until the Steelers actually officially announce it. There's reports saying passing game coordinator. Then there's reports saying he's a quarterback coach. According to Jerry Dulock, he's the quarterback coach.
Yeah.
Aaron Wilson, in his report on Twitter, said he's going to be hired for a passing game position. Never said coordinator. A lot of people assumed.
Yeah, we speculated, yeah.
The thing with Tom Arth is he does not have a ton of quarterback position experience.
From what I'm seeing here, no, he does not.
When he first started his college coaching career, he briefly had it before he was the head coach for
John Carroll.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Now he was a former quarterback in the league, riding the bench for 3 years. So yes, he's played that position. He knows a thing or two. So I'm just very interested to see how he's gonna help Kenny Pickett, because this was, outside of OC, probably the most important position for them to nail was a quarterback coach or someone to help mentor our quarterbacks, because clearly we need a lot of help there. Kenny needs a lot of help there.
Of course.
Now, with him working closely to Justin Herbert, you kind of like where they're going.
Yeah.
So, nonetheless, we have a new wide receiver coach and apparently a new quarterback coach. Someone that will be working in the passing game.
Yeah.
Which is what we needed. So
now, what does that? Now, if he is the quarterback coach, what does that entail for the future for Mike Sullivan? According to Jerry Dulick here on X, they are still in discussion for some sort of arrangement with Mike Sullivan. So I don't know if he's going to be downgraded to assistant QB coach, if Tom Arth would be the quarterback coach, or if he would be
what about
a passing game coordinator.
How about a senior assistant?
Could be a senior offensive assistant, considering he's an ex, coordinator, play caller. He called some of the plays when Canada was fired. Yeah. So I could see Sullivan still stick around. Could be for a different role.
I would expect him to be promoted to assistant OC, work closely with Arthur Smith. Now, I wouldn't be a fan of that. I wouldn't, because truthfully, I mean, let's run down the offensive coaching staff list, okay? We changed OC, we changed wide receiver, we changed quarterback apparently, right? So you look at our offensive coaching staff list. We have Arthur Smith, we have Tom Arth, we have Zach Azzanni,
yeah.
We have Eddie Faulkner coming back, we have Pat Meyer coming back, unfortunately, and we have Alfredo Roberts coming back.
Yeah.
It's mostly the same coaching staff under a similar offensive game plan that we've been running for years now. So that doesn't give me a lot of excitement, or that doesn't give me a lot of hope that the offense is going to advance any further, since we're pretty much running the same thing with just some new faces in there.
Yeah.
But I will give them this. Is it an upgrade? Yes. Is it a drastic upgrade? No, not in my opinion. Like, are they any closer than what they were? Probably not, if I'm going to be honest with you. But with the additions and how they see change is needed in certain areas, like quarterback, like wide receiver, to help those guys, to help the young players, right? Bring in guys that are very experienced in those fields. That's a solid new addition to the team, to the coaching staff.
Right.
New leaders in that room to help these young guys.
Yeah.
So I can't narch on that whatsoever.
No, that's what we were talking about, is the fact that they got to, if not everything, some position coaches that they got to change, bring in, revamp, redo, and that's what they've
I was hoping they
sort of kind of doing.
I was hoping they would vamp almost all of it.
Yeah, that's what we were hoping, although that was never going to happen.
No.
Tomlin was never going to, get rid of everybody outside of a few like Faulkner or Alfredo Roberts. Those guys have actually done pretty good, but they were never going to revamp everything. They were going to revamp bits and pieces, maybe add a few extra guys for specific like passing game coordinator positions. But, I mean, at least they're making change. They're trying to make some sort of change.
I'm glad you brought up passing game coordinator, because if Azzanni is our new quarterback coach, or not Azzanni, if Arth is our new quarterback coach, do we have a passing game coordinator? We never really had one. I can't tell you if we ever had one. Who was our last one?
Yeah. Now, that could be Mike Sullivan if they want to keep him around. I did throw that out there. That could be Mike Sullivan.
That's fair.
They could do that, or they could look elsewhere. I know they brought in a couple other interviews of other candidates out there that they may want to bring in to give them a tryout for the passing game coordinator, potentially. I mean,
I could see it. I mean, another name I'll throw out there, I know Bieniemy is a pipe dream, but he's not taking a lesser role anywhere.
I don't see how.
Like, let's cut that off.
I don't.
Let's cut that off.
No.
I would love to bring in Antoine Randall from the Lions. I would make him the assistant, senior assistant offensive coordinator.
Yeah. I mean, I would like that too. I really would.
Because we had an assistant last year to pair with Canada, and whatever his name was. I forget his name.
Glenn Thomas?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, now he's in Nebraska with Matt Rule.
Right. So, but I think we should definitely entertain the option of a senior offensive assistant. Same thing with defense. But like you said, that could be Sullivan.
Now, Sullivan could have either one, whether that's senior offensive assistant or passing game coordinator. You could still have both.
True.
Like, Steelers don't just need to fill in one. They could have both roles and obtain another guy to claim that role. I think that's what they should do. Just add a layer of amount of people on the coaching staff to just aid this offense and aid Kenny Pickett.
Right.
Considering the comments that Tomlin and Rooney have stated on how they feel about Kenny Pickett, I mean, they're pretty much what they've stated. They're going to go all in with Kenny Pickett, and they're going to need as much help.
The way I also see it, if Sullivan is promoted to assistant, OC, senior offensive assistant, or passing coordinator or whatnot, I don't know how well that would mesh with Arthur Smith because it is still somewhat of the old scheme if the previous regime is pairing with the new guy.
Yeah, and
despite the game plan being incredibly similar, it's a new system, better system.
No, but there was a report. There was a report too about a couple of weeks ago before Smith was hired about whoever the new OC was, they may move on from Sullivan to avoid awkwardness since Sullivan was the play caller.
I wouldn't worry about awkwardness. I just worry about our old game plan and our old scheme meshing with the new one. I figured they'd get a little new, fresh faces in the head of the offensive game planning.
Yeah,
they already did it with Arthur Smith, like it or not. They could do that. I would definitely do that with the senior offensive assistant.
Yeah.
Whoever that is. I mean, there's many coaches out there.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. With Sullivan, if he sticks around and he gets involved in there, meshing last year with this, but same concept, I mean, it's not really a great recipe. At least not to you and me.
I just don't.
I see what you're saying.
I just don't see how that would mesh well.
Right.
Now, I don't think the Steelers' new coaching additions are anywhere finished. They still got to get an assistant secondary guy. I would hope they get a senior offensive assistant and defensive assistant. I think those are very underrated. I think those are massive. I think that takes weight off of the coordinator's shoulders, so one can focus on one aspect and the other can focus on the other.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, Arthur Smith is very run heavy. He can't scheme a passing game. Well, you bring in a senior assistant, Arthur Smith can run up some incredible run concepts. You have the senior guy work on the passing game.
Yeah.
And that's where they mesh well. Maybe the Steelers like Mike Sullivan's idea of a passing game.
Could do that.
Because with Mason, it was a little effective.
Yeah, it was.
It was Canada's offense. It was Canada's
No, but we
playbook.
see what Mason was able to do with it, though.
Right.
So I could see it. Whether that's pass game coordinator or senior offensive assistant, whatever they try to do with Mike Sullivan, because Mike Sullivan's future is kind of up in the air at the moment.
Yeah, because we don't know. I mean, he was getting interviews from the Saints, I believe, for the play calling.
Yeah, he was a candidate. He was interviewed, I believe.
Yeah, so I mean, most of those positions are already filled, so I don't think he's going to go anywhere. If the Steelers have any opportunity to retain him, I think they will, but I don't know what's going to go on. But I don't think their coaching additions or their coaching moves are anywhere from finished.
No.
But you see, they are definitely filling in the gaps. They're bringing in these new faces, which is good. It's what they needed to do. Their upgrades, I don't think they're crazy or drastic, but let's see what these guys can do. Let's see how these guys can mesh together with Arthur Smith.
Yeah.
Dudes, I don't know. Maybe give it a chance.
Well, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to, no doubt about it.
Right. So I mean, I'm just throwing things out there. We'll see what happens.
But based off the resumes, I am a fan. I'm a fan of these additions. We'll see how they do when it comes to training camp and the talent that they try to claim in free agency and acquire in a draft and select.
Right.
Just see what they do entirely on the offense and try to get something going with the Steelers offense.
Absolutely. So, I mean, hey, we got some new times coming to the Steelers offense, which is, let's be honest, man. I mean, like the additions or not, like the new OC or not, this is a new offensive scheme for the first time in too many years. So, I guess that's good. I guess we can get a little excited for that. I'm not expecting drastic change. I'm not expecting great improvement. I'm not expecting a massive jump, but they could surprise me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, you never know.
Just saying.
You never know.
We got a $5 super chat. Shout out to Menards Maniac. Says, should have hired Hines Ward. He'd be a really better wide receiver coach. Menards, I agree. I love Ward. I think he's the perfect leader in that locker room, man. You already got JPJ's dad in the locker room. Yeah. Why not get Ward back in there? I know a lot of Steelers fans clinch on to the past and they clinch on to the legends, but they understand what it means to be a Steeler. They know what it means to succeed. They know what it means to win.
Yeah.
Right? And I wasn't going to talk about it, but I guess we have to now since we're on the topic of war and JPJ. James Harrison on the Pat McAfee show had a lot of words to say about the current Steelers football team.
Well, the current Steelers standard.
Yeah. I mean, he just reiterated what a lot of legends have been stating for years now. Because truthfully, it's every single year with Mike Tomlin, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
We experience these terrible losses, some of the worst in Steelers history. You got these legends saying this isn't the team that they should be, or it's lack of culture, or this and that. We see it every single year. And make no mistake about it, we're going to see it next year, okay? It's going to happen. It's the same fucking thing every year. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But James Harrison had some words to say on the Pat McAfee show. Pretty much said the expectations should never change for the Steelers, and we need to get back to the standard. The standard is to win Super Bowls, and there's 6 of them sitting there when you walk in the building.
Yeah.
He was a massive help in getting number 6. I mean, you know what's a shame? It's funny because after he said that, he said right now we can't even win a playoff game. We're not even winning a playoff game.
Yeah, and what you did was actually look up the roster of when we last won a playoff game was against Kansas City in 2016.
James Harrison was part of our last playoff win.
Didn't he get a sack in that game too?
Yes, he did. The only sack in that game.
Wow. Yeah, James Harrison was on the team when the Steelers last won a playoff game.
So I know, like, people say that Steelers fans cling on to the past and these legends and this and that, but yes, because that is what we are supposed to stand for. That is our reputation.
Yeah.
Which is now history. It's not even reputation, it's history, unfortunately. But
it's the people before the players now on what they laid out for this team.
Like, these players should know what they have to live up to.
Yeah.
It's funny because, we aren't the only team that has that mentality. Mm-hmm. We might have one of the more rich. We may have one of the more threatening for sure. But we're not the only team that has the same mentality. These guys set the groundwork for our current players, and they're not stepping up to what they should be playing to.
No, they're not.
So that's what James Harrison is pretty much alluding to. So
he's not wrong in that stance at all.
So when fans say, hey, we should bring in Hines Ward, or we should bring in Randall L., or like many fans have stated for a while now, we should bring in Big Ben, which I don't think is going to happen. Most of that is because we need that leadership back in the locker room because we don't have it. And perhaps maybe these players need a reminder of what our history stands for. And that's kind of what we're alluding to, because we clearly don't have no leader in there. We don't have no one to set down the groundwork. We have no one to live up to the groundwork. T.J. Watt, Hayward are exceptions.
Yeah, that's on defense. As far as offense goes, there's nobody. There's nobody.
So when fans bring up these previous names for coaching roles, it's not a bad idea. Because they lived in that locker room.
Yeah.
You want to get back to that standard, that culture, right?
Yeah, they lived up to the Steeler way. They lived up to the Steeler culture. They built that culture.
Absolutely.
It's because of what they did, building that culture, living up to that culture is why we won Lombardi.
So we weren't going to talk about it, but Menard brought it up in his super chat saying we should have hired Hines Ward. By the way, the wide receiver coach edition just kind of felt rushed. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, if I had to nitpick about it, it was the only wide receiver coach they interviewed. Yeah. Now, I kind of felt like they could have weighed their options and looked for other candidates out there instead of bringing this guy in, looking at his resume and thinking that's good enough. Let's just hire the guy. Like, I felt like they could have, especially with where the team is now and where the offense, and considering it needs revamped completely, or a majority of it needs revamped, they could have weighed their options and been patient.
Or perhaps that was just a guy they were eyeing.
It might have been. It very well might have been.
Just saying. So these are inside things that some people don't think about. Like these guys that make the hirings and the additions, they eye certain people, and when they're available, they want to go for it.
And I get that.
So
I get that.
You got to bring that into detail. Moving on. You want to talk about Art Rooney? You want to talk about Arth the Clown? And no, I'm not talking Terrifier.
No.
I'm talking about...
Let's talk about Art Rooney. Art Rooney the second, not Art Rooney the chief. Art Rooney the second. Got to get the second in there.
And yes, we see a live in the chat. Shout out to you guys in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us. We see it in the chat. The name Justin Fields keeps getting brought up.
Let's just talk about Art Rooney the second and what he stated this past week about if the Steelers would trade for a quarterback, right? This is what he originally stated. He said, as we sit here in early February, we're not closing the door on anything. We have a lot of evaluations. I hate that word at this point. To go through, and we'll go through all of the options and do what we need to do to be better this coming season.
But literally the next day.
Yes.
Literally the next. He said he was going to weigh their options, right?
Oh, yeah.
Literally the next day, this is what he had to say about the Steelers possibly making a blockbuster quarterback trade. He said, and I quote, I don't want to create a lot of speculation out there that we're going out to make some blockbuster trade at the quarterback spot. I don't. I'd put it in the unlikely category. So you weren't ruling anything out, but you just ruled out what the Steelers fans wanted, which was a blockbuster trade for a quarterback, which arguably is the biggest need on the team. I know everyone says O-line, center, right tackle. I don't entirely disagree.
And listen, we got a lot of needs. We got a lot of needs.
Dude, we don't have a quarterback.
No. In order to get anywhere, to move the needle,
you need a quarterback.
You need a QB. As if the playoffs, how many years? The playoffs have indicated and showed you need a quarterback.
Yes.
You need a quarterback that can take you to that next level.
And we don't have that. Maybe Mason. I don't know. I'd love to see a full year under his belt. But I don't think that should still keep the Steelers away from being aggressive at the quarterback position. Now, going into the offseason, I already wasn't expecting them to get aggressive at the quarterback position. But that just still frustrates me because it's a massive necessity. There's no way you look at the Steelers next year, no matter what the quarterback room looks like, whether they retain Mitch for some reason, they're keeping Kenny no matter what, whether they retain Mason or Mitch or whoever they want to bring in, no matter what the quarterback room looks like, there is nobody out there that is looking at the Steelers and like, look what they're doing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, we got to keep our eye out for this guy.
I don't want to play that team. There's no one out there that's saying that. And that's because our quarterback room is hilarious.
It's one of the, if not the worst, quarterback room in the NFL.
Oh my God.
Everybody in the chat, name me a worse quarterback room. Seriously.
I'm trying to think.
I honestly couldn't tell you right off the top of my head.
The Giants?
I mean, that's arguable.
The Giants?
Maybe
who's out there? I don't know. Panthers?
The Broncos now at this point?
I don't know. Anyway, we want the Steelers to make an aggressive move at quarterback, but they're not going to for multiple reasons. One, they have too many needs. Two, they are too committed to Kenny Pickett. The second they were fully committed on Kenny Pickett is when they drafted him in the first round. And no matter how he was going to pan out, which hasn't been good at all, they were still going to commit to him because we already spent the first round on him. Might as well get as much out of him as we can.
Yeah, because the Steelers, Tomlin and Rooney, they don't want to admit early on that they messed up.
They never know when to cut the
cord. No, dude. Artie Burns, Jarvis Jones, Devin Bush. Do I need to go on?
Don't remind me. And
that's all defensive guys. You think they did it with defensive guys? You're telling me that they're not going to do it for a quarterback?
I know, we're already living through it. The Steelers were never going to make a trade, or they were never going to make any massive quarterback move that would have forced Kenny on the bench. Never.
So that means they're not signing Kirk Cousins. They're not signing Russell Wilson. They're not signing Baker Mayfield. And at this point, they're not trading for Justin Fields.
No, they're not. They are not forcing Kenny on the bench. Tomlin, in his end-of-season press conference, already said Kenny's the starter for now, but yeah, we'll bring in competition. I don't trust him when he says competition because his version of competition and Steelers fans' version of competition are two entirely different, like, measures.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
But they were never going to force Kenny on the bench. They were never going to make a blockbuster move. They're not going to spend a lot of money at the position. They're not going to make a blockbuster trade.
Or trade big capital for a guy.
The second they mentioned competition, they weren't going to do anything that would have put that in jeopardy.
Of course.
Which is a bad move. I don't agree with it. But I'm just calling it like I see it.
They're calling a spade a spade.
It's a bad move on the Steelers' part, but we already knew going to the offseason that that's where they were going, and that's where they are going to go. Do I like it? No. Is it frustrating? Absolutely.
Oh, that's just a tendency that Tomlin has laid out for how many years now?
I know.
That's what he's always done.
So, no, the Steelers are not making a big move. They're not getting anyone where they make the addition and immediately they're the starter.
No.
So they're not trading for Fields because it would cost too much. The Bears won a lot.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we know the Bears had the number one pick because the Panthers traded it, a lot for Bryce Young. Like if they get rid of Fields, who's semi-established, because Caleb Williams is Caleb Williams, he's got a lot of hype coming out of USC.
They also just got Cliff Kingsbury to be their OC. The Bears did.
No, that's the Commanders.
Was that the Commanders?
The Commanders, Cliff Kingsbury's a Commander.
Oh, who am I thinking of the Bears?
Isn't it? Yeah, Shane Waldron.
Shane
Waldron's down the Bears.
Yes.
But still, like if they want to take the chance on Caleb Williams, who has a lot of potential coming out of USC, but is still a big risk coming into the NFL, they're going to want a lot of capital if they trade away Justin Fields. They want something back, something in return to take that risk.
Or perhaps the Bears just aren't satisfied with Justin Fields' production.
But you also got to think a lot of Bears players, and I would assume Bears fans don't want Justin Fields to leave.
Right.
They still believe in Justin Fields, so that's also got to be weighed on for the Bears.
Sure. But, yeah, they're going to want a lot out of him. Talks are a first-rounder. Adam Schefter has already said the Bears want a first-rounder.
Yeah.
He is not a first-rounder. That's way too much. And let's be honest, that's way too much for someone that hasn't really had a lot of production since coming out of college. His stats don't wow you. His play on the field kind of wows you, but it's very hit and miss. It's very inconsistent.
Very inconsistent.
Maybe a lot of that has to do with the O-line play. His turnovers worry me. His fumbles absolutely worry me.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats.
And frankly,
38 career fumbles.
And frankly, I don't think he's well at processing the field.
No, as a passer, he's still got a lot of work to do.
So it's a massive investment if any team's going to want to trade however much for Fields. If the Steelers want to trade for Fields, would I accept it? Would I like it? Would I entertain it? Absolutely. Because is he better than what we have? Yes. And at this point, better than what we used to have is the standard for the Steelers. It doesn't matter how much better. It's just, is it better? Yes. So to just play on what the Steelers version of better is, yeah. Is he better? Yes. Is he any much better? I don't know.
Is he greatly better? I wouldn't go there.
No.
Fields still got a lot of work. That's why I said he's semi-established. Like, we know the type of phenomenal athlete Fields is, but as far as quarterback goes, he's not exactly lighting the league on fire.
No.
It'd be a move that, I'm not going to lie, would excite me, that I would be open to. It would sense that the Steelers want to take the chance. They want to be risky.
I will admit this. You guys already know our opinions on Arthur Smith, but I will admit this. Arthur Smith and the Justin Fields system would be very interesting to see.
Yeah, I can't deny that.
I cannot deny that.
No. I mean, for God's sake, Ryan Tannehill ain't exactly the most mobile guy, but, I mean, in Smith's system in Tennessee, Ryan Tannehill could run the ball every now and then. He'd get a couple rushing touchdowns every now and then. I got points for Tennessee. I'll admit that.
Now, I don't know why we're still talking about this when Art Rooney II has already ruled it out, but
it's discussion.
I know, but truthfully, like, if the Steelers do want to do the unthinkable and they do want to make a trade, they can't trade too much. They can't. The Bears are going to want it. The Steelers aren't going to offer it. They'd be dumb to. If I would hate if they traded us first. I'd even hate if they traded a second.
Yeah.
A second next year, maybe, but that's still a reach.
It is.
A third is a little acceptable. A third that could turn into a second rounder is even more acceptable. But would the Bears accept that? I don't know. There's going to be some team that's going to want to offer that much because they are desperate, they are quarterback needy, and frankly, they might not have the capital to draft a top quarterback. Right. Very much like the Steelers.
Right.
But the Steelers aren't going to do it. We know they're not.
No.
They've already admitted it. They've said it before Rooney even said this comment.
Yeah.
They're too invested in Kenny, which is a mistake.
Big mistake. So, and the competition that they're going to bring in is either just going to be Mason, or if Mason does walk, I mean, Ryan Tannehill, he's got the Arthur Smith freaking chemistry connection. I am not in favor for that. I think that would be the most mid quarterback competition ever.
I am warning you guys.
Ever.
That would be laughable around the entire league.
But they're also going to look at guys like maybe a Gardner Minshew, who's a free agent, a guy like a Jacoby Brissett, maybe a Jameis Winston, guys like that are.
Well, who's to say they get rid of Mitch?
There's no.
Omar Khan loves this guy for some reason.
There's no way I see Mitch involved in the competition. The man got demoted to third string.
I know.
That's all you need to know.
I'm not justifying Mitch being part of the competition. Mitch should go. I don't care how much dead cap we're going to hit.
You got to cut him.
He should go.
I don't see how Mitch lasts anymore.
They might put him in the battle.
That wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Well, not really in the battle, because first of all, that's just disrespectful, and that is just like we should get. All fans should get free season tickets. I mean, I swear to God, if we got to endure that, are you kidding me? I'm just saying, throwing it out there. But he doesn't even have to be part of the competition. He's just there to show face.
Another body in the on
that's
the roster.
A waste of money.
That is.
It's a massive waste of money.
Well, the Steelers should have known better. Like, why did they extend him? He had no reason to be extended, to be given that pay raise, to be the highest paid backup in the quarterback league.
It's one of the few Omar Khan L's he's already taken.
It's just stupid. It's just stupid.
But what's their version of competition? What is their meaning of competition? Is it Ryan Tannehill? Is it Mason? Is it Kenny Mason in a draft pick?
What's draft pick?
I don't know. It depends who falls. Because someone's going to fall, whether it's injury-related, whether it's just how they showed out in the pro days or in the combine, which I'm excited for. Because draft season's right around the corner, and yes, mocks will be coming.
Yeah, we already got our first one brewing up.
We're already doing our scouting, and let me tell you, there's a lot of people I like. I will say this, though. I'll say this. There's not a lot of great day two right tackles.
Not that I like.
Not that I like.
Not that I'm in favor of.
There's maybe one or two day two right tackles that I like. But even then, I don't want to wait till day two for right tackle. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Okay.
I won't say anything further.
I'm not going to say anymore.
I won't say anything further. But, yes, Art Rooney II pretty much canceled out any blockbuster trades. And I'd even say any additions, signings, or whatever. Because, again, they're not going to force Kenny on the bench.
Yeah, because quite honestly, it could just be Kenny and Mason.
If it's that, dude, fine. I'm telling you right now, Mason's not losing.
If Mason returns, Mason's the starter. I don't see how Kenny outperforms Mason.
No, he's not. He already hasn't.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
That'll be their competition, but the way I see it is, yeah, Kenny will get first-team reps, but he's not winning. And if he wins, and if he gets the quarterback one job, then there's something wrong with the Steelers, and they clearly have something against Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
If Mason comes back, there's no way he loses to Kenny.
But if Mason doesn't come back, we're looking at a Ryan Tannehill.
Then I'm scared.
A Gardner, a Winston. Scared. It's like, when you look at the free agency pool as far as quarterbacks, when it comes to competition level, those are the guys I'm throwing out there.
Yeah.
Because, again, Kirk's not being a Steeler. Russell's not being a Steeler. Not like I want them to be.
No.
Absolutely fucking not.
No. For the record, I don't want Kirk.
No.
I don't want Russell.
No.
I don't want Baker.
No, Baker's apparently getting $45 million. I ain't paying that man $45 fucking million.
Dude, the way the Steelers are going with the quarterback position, dude, invest as much money as you can into the defense at this point.
Might as well.
You're relying on,
that's your game plan. Relying on the running game and reliable defense.
So you might as well invest into the line and into the defense. You don't have to pay a quarterback a lot of fucking money. You can make a lot of moves that are going to give you a lot of cap space. That video or podcast live stream will be out shortly after the Super Bowl and after I get done with the dental shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a dentist appointment on Tuesday. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun, man. Next week's gonna be great. Can't wait for it. You can sense my sarcasm immediately. But the way the Steelers are going at the quarterback position, they can throw all their money elsewhere.
I mean, they might as well. They're already paying the defense how much?
Well, that's between 4 players. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but then they're going to continue to add more to it. So it's like, with your stance, I mean, why the hell not?
Why not? Get a strong safety, like a Jordan Whitehead, like a Antoine Winfield Jr. Get a top corner. God knows you need it.
Yeah.
And then you can invest into offensive line and other positions in the draft.
Yeah.
Linebacker, all that. Just saying.
Yeah.
So, no surprise in what Art Rooney said about the quarterback talk or the quarterback comments he made. I wouldn't get excited. I don't trust a word he says, ever. None of it carries any weight. So, I'm not going to get excited on what he said. He already downplayed any possible trades or even big additions to the team. He already knew that wasn't going to happen.
But see, that's where I just want to throw this out there. It's just that's where it doesn't really make sense because Mike Tomlin's coming back. You're paying the defense how much money already, and you're going to add. I know you're going to add more to it.
Right.
Cam Hayward's not going to retire. T.J. Watt, TJ Watt, like. They're still in the phase of Super Bowl mentality. Super Bowl, we got to win a Super Bowl. With the guys that I just listed, the stuff that I just listed.
Mm-hmm.
But yet they don't want to make the aggressive move for a quarterback.
They should.
They should.
I know they're not, and that frustrates me. But I gotta. What I'm doing is I'm putting my frustrations for the fact that they're not getting a quarterback to the side and focusing on what they're actually going to do. Yeah. I'm not gonna let my pipe dreams take over.
No.
Because I feel like we're very in touch. We're very in gripe of this team in a lot of ways. So I'm going to just advance with that. Instead of worrying about what they should do, and we will be vocal in that case, we're going to just focus on what they will do because they've already expressed it. And frankly, they've been doing the same thing for too many years. So
it's rinse and repeat.
Although the off seasons are a little more exciting because what could Omar Khan do this time?
That's the one thing that we can hold our hat on to.
Yeah.
We can hang our hat on to is, with Omar Khan, how aggressive he is when it comes to assigning players and free agents and the draft, of course. Like, I am very excited for what Omar Khan may have in store for his third season as GM.
Yeah, it's a very fun process. So, I mean, I'm not a fan of how they're attacking the essentials. But
it just doesn't make sense. Like if they still think that they can win a Super Bowl with the mentality and what they all have all together, it's like
I've said, man, they've just they think that what they've been doing is successful enough because it's gotten them the bare minimum. It's gotten them non-losing seasons,
and that's just mid as fuck.
And that's what they're doing with the quarterback situation.
And that's just mid as fuck.
I know. I think a lot of us would agree here, but we gotta live with it. We got to just...
That's where the Steelers stand.
At this point, I'm hoping they can bring back Mason, and we'll see what he can do for a full year. Because, again, there's no way he's losing. Kenny might start a couple games next year if Mason's back, because I don't know how long this Mason trade's going to run, but that might be our only hope. That's literally our only hope, because with the strong finish we had, Mason gives us our best chance, as of now. But, again, he might not be back.
And if he doesn't come back, I think the quarterback position is even more royally screwed.
Oh, yeah, I agree. If Mason leaves, I am terrified.
So Mason is our Lord and Savior, essentially.
Out of all the free agents, Mason is the biggest one I want back.
I can't disagree.
Look what he did at the end of the season.
That's what I can't disagree.
And frankly, yes, he is part of a better system. He succeeded in Matt Canada's system. He can succeed in Arthur Smith's system.
Yeah.
I want Mason back. I would still like us to get aggressive because...
And I think he wants to stay.
Yeah, I think
he wants to stay, but if the opportunity is out there for him, then I think he's going to take that risk. He's going to take a chance on himself, and I don't blame the guy if he were to.
Right.
I don't.
I don't blame him either, but I would still, because the truth is Mason's not the future. He's a bridge. He's a substitute, right? I would still, even if Mason comes back, I'd still like them to get aggressive and grab someone in the draft. Or even if someone falls, it's almost like a Jalen Hurts situation.
Right.
Andy Weidl's no stranger to that. He did it with Philly years ago.
Yeah, he did.
One of his last years in that front office. He's no stranger there. I would love for them to do something like that in the draft. Day 2, day 3, find a decent little gem.
Yeah.
So that's still a possibility. No matter if Mason's retained or not. That might be our only hope. But as for next year, don't expect much greater change. Don't expect any crazy quarterback additions. If they bring in someone in free agency, it's going to be a veteran, it's going to be a backup, and it's probably going to be their version of competition, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unless they retain Mason, then I think they don't even entertain that, and then they might look towards the draft.
They could do that.
So I don't know. But, yeah, those are Rooney's comments there about our quarterback talks or quarterback trade rumors. It's not happening. It's not happening.
And I don't expect, I never did.
Me neither.
I never did.
Me neither. That's why I never get excited about rumors or stuff like that.
And it's just really hard to trust what Art Rooney says. I'm sorry.
I know.
Art Rooney II. It's just like, ever since he's taken over, since Dan Rooney passed away, he hasn't done anything for me to instill my trust into him. Or even Mike Tomlin at that.
Oh, I know.
Like with those two leading the charge, like it's hard for me to trust what they're trying to bring, what they're trying to do.
Because ultimately it leads to the same result.
It does.
That's why I don't see much greater advancement. Especially like we keep mentioning with the quarterback situation. That's why at this point, yeah, let's bring back Mason. Let's see what he can do. Might be our only hope with the way they're advancing into the offseason. All right, let's see. By the way, I can end this poll, by the way. Was TJ Watt robbed? 90% he ends. 90%, bro. I have to end it here. Why? Because 90 is his number. Get the reference there?
Yeah, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm cheesy as hell, I know. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Asked Lamont King. I'm going to go with the Chiefs because if the NFL and the refs have anything to say about it, the Chiefs are winning it.
I want the Niners to win so bad.
So do I.
But I don't think it happens. I think Chiefs win it.
You know, this is a fun little side topic. In the chat, please get involved. In fact, I'll put a poll in the chat. Do you care if the 49ers tie the Steelers and Patriots with 6 Super Bowls? Yes or no?
Will we care?
I'm going to ask the chat that. I don't fucking care if they tie the Steelers, okay? We're already tied.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
We're already sharing, we're sharing with the Patriots up top.
The way I see it, go Niners! Go Anna Fry! Or is it Lee Harvey Oswald? I don't know.
Thought it was John Harbaugh.
I don't know. This guy, he's a lookalike with anything. The way these media fuckers are going around nowadays.
Mr. Irrelevant, show Pat Mahomes who's boss. All right? Please.
Let's go CMC, right? Seriously, I'm putting a lot of money on CMC.
That is his first Super Bowl appearance.
I'm going for the Niners, bro. I want the Niners to win.
It's crazy. Shanahan and McCaffrey, they're living on the legacy of what their fathers did for the Broncos.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
Mike Shanahan and I think his name is Ed McCaffrey.
Ed McCaffrey.
Now Christian McCaffrey and Kyle Shanahan. It's crazy. Wow.
I feel like this is one of Kyle Shanahan's last chances to finally win one. He never could.
I have to agree because, I mean, like, he's bringing the Niners to NFC Championship game appearances and even some Super Bowl appearances.
Three straight years now or something?
I thought it was like, was it 3 or 5?
I haven't.
Something like that. Like, he's bringing them constantly down to the championship.
It's funny. Before they made that great comeback versus the Lions, at halftime, I told myself, man, the 49ers are nothing but the new Packers. They make the NFC Championship game every year just to lose. And then they made that comeback because Dan Campbell...
They heard that and you're like, hold my beer.
I know. Then Dan Campbell didn't want to elect to kick the field goals, right? So, I mean, that really hurt him. And then the Niners came back. But Kyle Shanahan just can't get the job done.
This is.
I feel like it's one of his last chances.
Well, the one time, because I think as Niners coach, he's taken him to the Super Bowl one time.
Yeah.
It was against the Chiefs, and they blew a lead. They lost.
Yeah, he took Jimmy G to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, now he's got Brock Purdy, the best quarterback he's had since being the Niners coach. He's got McCaffrey, got all that talent, wide receiver, tight end, defense is just stacked.
Him and John Lynch have created a super team.
Yeah.
It's been incredible.
Like the Niners need to strike. They need this to pull off because their Super Bowl window eventually will close. You know, they can only produce so much talent for so long.
Right.
They can only consistently get down there for so long. I mean, look at the 90s Bills. Went to the AFC Championship game 4 years, Super Bowl 4 straight years, and they didn't win one, and then that window closed real quick.
Yep.
So it's like for the Niners and Shanahan and John Lynch and company, like, yeah, they need this to pull off. They need this win. The Chiefs don't fucking need it.
Well, the Niners deserve it.
They absolutely deserve it.
What they've been doing for years now, that establishment, the organization, that front office.
Even when they lose people, they just add even more.
They traded up for Trey Lance, the 3rd overall pick, I believe.
Yeah.
They traded up for him. That was a flop. They relied on a second-year Mr. Irrelevant, and they're in the Super Bowl. Like, that is some crazy gamble. That is some crazy scouting, and that is just how good the Niners are ran.
Yeah,
they deserve it.
That's some gutsy shit right there, and it pulled off.
And I hate to sound like fucking Tony Romo right now, but you know, we can't count out Patrick Mahomes. Oh, you gotta like this kid, you know. Oh, no one can do that. I did it several times, but you know that never happened. Only Mahomes can do shit like that.
I don't want Mahomes and his dad bod to win another Super Bowl. I don't. Okay, I really freaking don't.
Damn it, that's funny.
I don't. We've seen it 2 times.
Yes.
Niners and they beat.
Hey, let's be honest. Mahomes is incredible.
Listen, we know.
They were supposed to have a down year. They don't have a receiver.
No, they don't.
Most drops in the NFL all year, and they still made it. For one reason or another.
I am praying to whatever God's up above that the drops come back to bite him in the ass. I would laugh my ass off if Kelsey were to drop a pass.
I don't think it's going to happen. No, I think...
no, I think the Chiefs win. And, you know, that's you know, that dynasty that people are talking about with the Chiefs, that's...
I think the Chiefs... And they are. I mean, look what Mahomes has done in the last 5 years. That's a dynasty.
Yeah, AFC Championship. This is what, the 3rd Super Bowl... 3rd or 4th? 4th. Third? Third. Okay,
They won 54 against the Niners. They lost to the Bucks.
But then they were in last year, now they're in this. So there's a four Super Bowl appearance, but this could be their 3rd win. This could be the 3rd Super Bowl win.
What? Already?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They are repeating champs. I totally forgot that.
So you have the script.
What?
You said they're repeating champs.
Oh, yeah, I do have the script. Well, listen, I think the Chiefs are going to win, not because they're the better team. I think the Chiefs are going to win because I think, yes, the NFL and the refs are in their pockets. It's all on the agenda.
Yeah. I mean,
they're pushing the Chiefs.
They're the golden team.
They're pushing the Mahomes thing.
They are the new New England Patriots.
They're pushing the story between Swift and Kelsey.
Yeah, God.
I'm starting to think it's a plant for rating reasons. For ratings.
You stated that if the Chiefs win, they're going to get Taylor Swift for the halftime show next year, or they may announce it. Who said that they don't announce it at the Super Bowl? They could in a year in advance.
I have never seen a celebrity this involved.
Not even Jessica Simpson.
No.
Not even Jessica Simpson.
I have never seen a celebrity this involved, man. It all feels cringe. It all feels forced for the most part. The NFL wants that publicity. They want her audience. They want the
Swifties.
They want the ratings. They want it all. They want her on the field. They want her on the podium. Is her relationship with Kelsey legit? Probably, yes. But then the NFL got one. He's like, hey, we can make some money out of this.
Yeah, no shit. Oh,
it just feels incredibly cringe.
Kelsey's sitting on the bench. Show Taylor Swift. Cut the camera too.
Yeah, I know.
Get to Swift.
So
she's celebrating with Britney.
So I think
she's celebrating with Kelsey's mama.
I think I think
Jackson Mahomes.
I think the Chiefs are going to win, not because they're a better team, but because the NFL, it's going to be the rigged bowl all over again. Remember how I said Super Bowl 51 was the rigged bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, this my God takes the cake. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Niners win. Y'all know there's odds if Kelsey will propose. Those are actual odds.
Are you serious?
Okay, let me tell you. If Kelsey proposes to Swift, there is no doubt in my mind it's a fucking plant.
Oh my God.
Dude, they've been together since fucking October, November.
That was September.
It was whenever the season started.
Like I care, but what was the first game Taylor Swift
I don't
appeared in?
I don't want to know.
I don't know. I just don't care for this relationship.
I'm no
bullcrap.
expertise, but I don't think 4 or 5 months of relationship warrants a proposal.
In Hollywood, it might.
In Hollywood, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
You could be a couple 3 days down the Hollywood. Hey, would you be my wife?
Anything in Hollywood, everything is just
And guess what?
under the rug.
Guess what?
Nothing
they
matters.
don't last. All right, it's not like in the movies. It never is.
Chargers trade Herbert to the Steelers and Chargers get J.J. McCarthy. Imagine. That would be a fucking franchise flop by the Chargers.
What? Jim's not moving on from Herbert.
Yeah.
He ain't that stupid. He ain't that dumb.
He's a hardball, but.
He always will.
Now, I'm not to quote Mike Tomlin. Now, you know that ain't happening.
No.
You
know how much money we would have to take up
Yeah.
for Herbert's
It'd
contract?
be worth it, though. Are you kidding me?
I mean, look, I'm not disagreeing.
Are you kidding me?
That's a lot of money, though. But that's also also a lot of dead cap that they're gonna have to, the Chargers, that they're gonna have to sustain. All that guaranteed money.
Maybe Jim is secretly a Steelers fan and he's all been rooting against his brother.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Just saying. By the way, I don't know when this.
Yeah. That's why he didn't beat the Ravens.
I don't know.
That's why he didn't beat the Ravens. Oh, I can't tie the Steelers. I'm a Steelers fan. I can't tie it.
Oh shit! You just solved the code.
I solved the. That's why the lights went off.
That's why the lights went off. Son of a bitch. Shit. Hey, we might have some ground to this. Just saying, man. It might happen. No, I'm just kidding. It's not fucking happening. Y'all know that ain't happening. Would y'all trade TJ Watt for a superstar quarterback? The answer is absolutely fucking not. No. What? No, I'm not trading TJ Watt for a superstar quarterback. No. No. Absolutely not.
I'm not trading TJ Watt.
I feel bad.
Ever.
I feel bad. TJ Watt doesn't have a playoff win under his belt. But no, I'm not doing that.
That stat still stings me.
Dude, J.J. Watt has a more recent playoff win than his brother. So yeah, I feel bad that he's gonna have to continue to endure that until whenever that's proven to be, not true anymore. But
yeah.
no, I'm not trading TJ Watt. No. Bro, you know they want Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift kissing confetti. Oh, you already know. It's gonna be a mooch and fucking it'll be like the midnight camp from New Year's, bro. Just them up close.
Yeah.
It'll be dude, you know how like you get them big huddles at the end of the game, the players and coaches are exchanging, they get them pictures and shit. Yeah, dude, that'd be paparazzi fucking whirlwind over there.
They'll show a second of Reed being covered in the Gatorade shower and go like every camera person will just be running toward Travis Kelce. Just straight.
Is Taylor Swift going to be on the field or is she going to be in the suite?
She ain't being on that field.
If she's on the field, they're winning. No doubt in my mind.
She's not being on that field.
She's getting a
Tom
Gatorade
Brady's
bag.
ex-wife wasn't even on the field. Ever.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Javon Hargrave and Ray McLeod need that ring. I forgot Ray was over there. Yeah, Hargrave, he already got, no, he didn't get one.
No, he almost did.
Yeah, Hargrave needs a ring.
Man, Hargrave back-to-back. He's pretty much LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah.
Remember LeGarrette Blount?
Yeah.
Like LeGarrette Blount.
Steelers legend.
Yeah. He won back-to-back with two different teams, with the Patriots and Eagles. Hargrave has a chance. Well, he's going back-to-back, but he now has a second chance to win the Super Bowl. And I hope he does.
Excuse me.
I hope he does, sincerely. That man deserves it.
Hargrave deserves it, man.
That man's a baller, and I miss him.
I'm the only one that would trade Highsmith for a first-round pick and having Herbig start. No, I would. I actually like that idea. I really like that idea. We can get some serious capital out of Alex Highsmith. I love Highsmith, but yeah, we can get some capital out of that. Much needed capital.
If he gets Nick Herbig involved more,
I'll tell you what.
Nick Herbig involved more, like because I think he's worthy to be a starter.
I'll tell you what.
I do.
I don't want the Steelers to throw into a gamble, but I'll tell you what. If Herbig proves himself this year again with more reps as the edge 3, yeah, I think if the Steelers want to, they can entertain that option.
They could.
It's like a Bud Dupree situation all over again. Only you can actually get some value out of this.
Yeah.
So, I like.
I'm not opposed to it. And listen, Omar Khan's a gutsy guy. He's an aggressive guy.
Yeah.
So it's not out the realm of possibility.
Yeah, electric visuals. I don't hate that idea at all. I really don't. I don't want to take anything away from Highsmith, but I feel like he's a little more expendable. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
I've seen right here Lamar Jackson has won MVP.
Well deserved.
That's not surprising.
I agree. He should have won MVP. Lamar Jackson.
What was it? Brock Purdy was in there. Christian McCaffrey was in there.
Brock Purdy wasn't winning it.
McCaffrey wasn't going to win. I mean, it's a quarterback league. It's a QB league.
Lamar, he deserves it.
And good on him. Yeah, he had a stellar season.
Lamar had his best year.
Not an AFC Championship game, but no, he had a stellar season.
Yeah,
so he's already what was he? 26, 27? Already a 2-time NFL MVP.
Right.
It's a hell of a resume for Lamar already. Got to give him props.
Yeah.
I feel like year after year, just watching him, yeah, he's slowly progressing as a better quarterback, as a better passer.
Yeah, I can confidently say that Lamar is a quarterback.
Yeah. Like, we know he can run the ball. We know how athletic he is.
I hate that he's a Raven.
I mean, we're his kryptonite. Like, we know how to stop Lamar, but against every other team, I mean, Lamar's lights out.
Yeah.
Like, Lamar, and I think, as crazy as this may sound, I think he's only going to get better. He may arguably not even hit his peak.
I don't know.
He could get better.
It's I don't doubt it. Lamar is just he's growing, man. He's a fun player to watch. I hate that he's a rival, but
of course.
Yeah, I mean, he deserved it. I don't know who else you were gonna give it to. Lamar's a 2-time MVP, man.
And the Pro Football Hall of Fame finalists for the 2024.
Oh, the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
All right, shoot me.
Devin Hester.
Wow.
He made it.
That's well deserved.
Arguably the best return specialist ever.
Dude, he has the record.
Yeah. So Devin Hester.
No one, dude, I mean, he deserves, come on. Everyone's like, why would you put a return specialist in the Hall of Fame? Literally, no one can do that.
Special teams matters.
No one else can do that.
Special teams matters.
If anyone could do that, it would happen all the time. No one can do what Devin Hester did.
If I remember correctly, I think he's still the only guy in a Super Bowl to open a Super Bowl with a kickoff return touchdown.
Yeah, that will never change.
Yeah.
That's never going to change.
So Devin Hester made it. Andre Johnson. He made it. Yeah, who remembers Andre Johnson,
stud.
Texan? Yeah.
He's one of the guys we a lot of us grew up with.
Randy Gradishar.
Yep.
Steve McMichael. Patrick Willis.
He retired too young.
He played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did.
Alongside
Dwight Freeney made it.
Yeah, Dwight Freeney.
The strip sack machine himself, Dwight Freeney made it.
And
dude,
finally,
him and Mathis were dirty.
That was not fair.
I don't know how they didn't win.
For offensive tackles to go up against them.
Dude, it's fucked up. They had to play Brady all the time. Otherwise, they would have won more rings.
Yeah, yeah. And finally, Julius Peppers.
Julius Peppers was first ballot. You knew that.
Yeah. So those are the finalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And all of them are well-deserved.
Well-deserved. I know Ward's going to make it. I mean, it won't be anytime soon because of just too many other great players, but Ward will make it eventually. Ben's first ballot, no doubt. In fact, my true fantasy is Ward and Ben going together. I would fucking cry.
Yeah.
I will make a trip to Canton. There's no question.
I think we would have to, yeah.
We would have to. So, I mean, that's just one of my little things I'm kind of secretly hoping for. I doubt it happens, but it would be kind of cool. I cannot lie. But yeah, shout out to the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2023, man. 2024. Yep. So Bobby move would seem like such a Steelers move, but where does he fit? I don't know how bad Holcomb's injury is, but he could come back. Roberts will come back. Why wouldn't we bring back Quan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm more than open to bringing back the
The three-headed dog right there. The Harry Potter three-headed dog over there.
And Wagner, I know he's going to be a free agent. He only signed a one-year deal to return to Seattle. He's going to be 34 by the time season. Does he even continue to play?
I don't know.
Like, take that under consideration.
Pete Carroll pretty much retired. Does he even want to play anywhere else?
Does he want to play? I mean, listen, man. He's got Mike McDonald.
True.
I mean, like...
Yeah, he's a defensive genius.
Yeah, like...
See what he did.
That could intrigue Bobby Wagner to come back for at least one more year for Seattle.
Yeah,
I could see it.
I could see it. Yeah, Philip Hopkins says MVP is basically best quarterback award at this point. It is. It's a quarterback award. You'll never see a running back win it. You'll never see a wide receiver win it.
Nope.
Never. You'll never. And if you do see a wide receiver win it, the next best option will be the guy that threw them the ball.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless like we have a Megatron season all over again, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Unless a wide receiver were to hit 2,000 yards under 17 games, that's the only way a wide receiver will win an MVP.
Yeah.
That's the only way. Because no receiver ever in history has done so yet.
Yeah.
Tyreek was close. Tyreek Hill, he was close. He just got hurt. If he didn't get hurt, I think he would have nailed it.
Oh, yeah.
No question about it.
Philip Hopkins says Ward, Ben, and Harrison potentially together. That'd be great. That'd be like Faneca, Palomalu, Donnie Shell, Cowher, all of them going in.
Yes.
Bill Nunn, all of them going in together.
Yes.
It'd be like that all over again.
The Steeler...
The 08 squad.
Yeah, man.
Man, I would cry. And I would definitely make a trip to Canton. No doubt in my mind. Would y'all
Steeler takeover in Canton, man.
Would y'all trade up for Jaden Daniels? I would.
Jaden, he has a lot of potential. He had a great year at
But how
LSU.
long do you sit him?
Depends on how much more progressive he is. If he earns that role, if he earns that job.
At that point, man, the Steelers got to go hard in free agency because they do have a lot of needs.
Yeah, they do.
They do have a lot of needs. So.
But Jaden, he's arguably... See, because the draft order is the Bears. That's, if Fields moves on or not.
Right.
Then we got the Commanders. Then we have the Patriots number 3.
Yeah.
I mean, those 3 teams arguably need quarterback. And the top 3 is obviously Caleb, Drake May, and Jane Daniels. Unless some crazy trades happen or some crazy shit were to happen, so these guys could fall.
They are projected to go top 3.
These guys could fall.
They're projected
Or
to go
who's to say Jaden's not taken before Caleb?
Anything can happen. Anything can change from now up until April 25th, I think.
Yeah, April 25th.
4th, 5th, whatever it is.
Yeah, 25th to 27th.
So, I mean, hey, it's anything's, possible. A lot could change from now on, man.
Yeah.
This coaching staff is a train wreck, says Bernie. I don't disagree. I don't think it's any greater. Is it an improvement? Sure, but is it any greater? Not in my opinion. But
based off resume, it's better. But how they do, I mean, we'll have to wait and see.
Hines Ward is a Hall of Famer. Will be a Hall of Famer, no question in my mind. He deserves it more than anything in the world. He does. It'll be a while, but yeah, he'll get in. You go out to see Taylor Swift on your screen every single day. You got to see Travis Kelce on your screen every single day. It's already bad. I already do. I see it every day. I see it more than my family, dude. It's fucking disgusting.
How much do you want to bet that they're going to gloat that, didn't Taylor Swift win a Grammy or something?
I don't.
The Grammys were recently, and Taylor won. How much you want to bet, they're going to put up like a highlight? Grammy Award winner Taylor Swift. And isn't CBS broadcasting? Broadcasting?
I cannot lie. Yes, I cannot.
So we're going to get him. And listen, I like Jim Nantz. He's got a very nostalgic voice.
Yeah, who's
he's very good at his job, but then Tony Romo. So we're going to get Jim Nantz and Tony Romo.
Who's commentating the Super Bowl? Let me search this up.
If it's CBS, it's Nantz and Romo.
Google can be funny sometimes. So I searched up who's commenting the Super Bowl 2024. Said, yes, SpongeBob and Patrick Star will be part of an announcing team. Wow, I cannot wait for that. That's the Nickelodeon feed.
Yes, I know Nickelodeon's showing it with Nickelodeon's. Oh, my God.
That's not the answer I wanted, Google, but thanks for the late night laugh. I really do appreciate that.
As it's 11:30 p.m.
Damn, I gotta get up
Eastern.
I gotta get up at 6 in the morning.
Why are you still awake?
Because I'm hype and still pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's CBS.
It is CBS.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where we at? I'll read some of these last comments here. They need to go sign Willie Gay Jr. or Patrick Queen and draft Tommy Eichenberg at 51 and clean these guys out except Landon Roberts. I wouldn't clean the entire linebacker room, but I'm definitely for drafting a linebacker day 2. You got a lot of options.
Yeah, a lot. Edgren Cooper.
Edgren Cooper's great.
Jeremiah Trotter, he's got that bloodline in him.
He's got bloodline. So it's like
you got.
I worry about his size and his range.
Yeah, I know that's a worrisome thing about him.
He comes from Clemson. He does have the bloodline. Steelers adore.
Yeah. You got Peyton Wilson.
Peyton Wilson's a dog. His medicals scare me, and it being the Steelers linebacking situation, you probably don't want to grab a linebacker that has injury concerns. But when he's on the field, bro, he is absolutely a dog. Another one I like is Junior Colson. He's young.
Yeah.
Michigan guy.
Yep. They also did the Notre Dame linebacker duos in there too.
Yep.
If you want to fall back into later rounds, get them in development, you could do that.
Mr. Steeler fan says J.C. Latham, Edgren Cooper, and Cedric Van Pran will be our first 3 picks. That would be home runs.
That'd be great.
To be appropriate, let's just say I gotta change my pants. My God, that would be home run. That'd be great.
Yo. Damn. That would be great.
I don't know if they wait that long for center, but bro, I love Edgren Cooper.
Latham's a brick wall.
All right,
Latham's a brick wall. Like nobody gets past Latham.
Dude.
Not from what I've seen.
Big dude.
And Cedric Van Pran, man, like for some reason, a lot of draft boards have him lower than I think he should be. The man's
personally, I like him better than Frazier.
Dude, the guy's a mauler, especially in the run game. Like when he gets into that second level, he just bullies you. Like he knocks you down.
I frankly like Van Pran better than Frazier.
I like both.
I like both.
I wouldn't hate either of them if we don't get Jackson Powers Johnson, JPJ. We got JPJ on defense. Why not get one on offense? You know what I'm saying?
Know.
But like those are the top 3 centers. You can't go wrong with either.
But here's the problem.
You would want the best, of course, but you can't go wrong with the other 2 guys later on.
But here's the problem, and I guess this will be our little live discussion as we continue to plan our first mock draft. There's not a lot of day 2 right tackle options.
Not that I'm seeing, no.
I like Blake Fisher from Notre Dame. He was opposite Joe Alt. But is he a day 1 guy? Probably not.
I wouldn't consider it. He's a project.
And a second-round pick's a bit of a reach for him. There's not other...
I don't consider him that.
There's not other day 2 right tackles you can take, unless someone drops.
That's a possibility.
I feel like if the Steelers are going to nail right tackle, it needs to be day 1. Fuaga is a pipe dream.
Fuagua, Latham, and Mims, they are the best right tackles.
Yeah, either one of them would be great picks. Mims has a less sample size. Dude, Broderick in his last year had over 900 snaps at left tackle.
Yeah.
Mims in his entire college career doesn't even have that combined.
Yeah. So
he has a small sample size, but he's a stud.
And limited playing time, limited starts, he still showcased, how just much of a bully he is.
He's my number 3 right tackle.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have a little bit more of an edge as a run blocker in the way the Steelers are going from their scheme. You need that as a lead block on the right side.
Yeah.
Which is why Broderick is playing that position. But that shouldn't keep him there.
No.
But I mean the way I'm seeing it, there's more value day 2 at center than there is right tackle.
From what I've seen, I would have to agree.
But I know under Arthur Smith he's going to want a center because he's going to play a lot of under center.
Yeah. So it could really depend on how the draft boards
go,
how they fall. Again, everybody's draft board is different. Like when it comes to right, you need a right tackle. Unless they keep Broderick at right, I wouldn't. But
no.
Hypothetically speaking, they keep Broderick at right. There are some doable guys at left tackle they could select if they were to desire to.
Let's also,
if they get sent in round 1.
Let's also not rule out the possibility they might sign somebody.
Who would that be?
Everyone throws out Trent Brown.
I'm not for that.
No?
I'm not for that. A couple years ago, I was, but
His injuries worry me.
not just that, his age.
He's 30.
Like, constant injuries at that, he's not really going to. He would be just nothing more than a rental.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to linemen, like, I'm tired of these rentals. Like James Daniels, he's a guy that could be here for quite some time. Same with Sayamalu. Even if he's getting up to age, he can be here for quite some time.
Yeah. Mason Cole, rental. That probably wasn't intended, but he's a rental. Come on.
Like you need these guys that are going to be here for the long run when it comes to the offensive line. It's important.
Yes. I agree. But I don't want to rule it out. It's a possibility.
Hey, listen. Hey, I mean, I don't disagree.
I'm just saying.
I don't.
I'm just saying. But he would be a good run blocker. I mean, the way the
And that's what they're
Patriots-
looking for. I understand.
That's also the way the Patriots ran their offense.
Yeah.
With Stevenson. Shout out to Jaquan Infamous. He became a member of the STN. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for becoming a member of the STN. Otherwise, this is why no non-losing season sucks. Because come draft time, you never get the best surefire players, and it's hard to take a swing 15 to 32. You're right. That's true. And Tomlin, I mean, he told Chase Young this. He said, I never want to lose as many games to get a guy like you. But I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, I get it, but God, would we want one of those dogs?
Quarterback.
I know.
Quarterback.
I know. Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're doing this quarterback shit on purpose so they could tank. No, they're not doing it.
The time Tomlin Tomlin would have tanked was when Mason had stepped in for Ben, and he didn't do that. He traded first for Minka, and I'm glad he did. Minka's important.
They're not doing that.
They're not.
But
Tomlin's not.
There are
tanking.
people that will throw out that idea. I'm like, that's not happening. He never tanks.
No.
Do you think Justin Fields going to join the Steelers? We already brought it up. No. Art Rooney II has already said that. He's like, no, he's not joining. We're not making a blockbuster quarterback trade. So.
Oh, everything's on the table. That the next day, I would put it in the unlikely.
Yeah.
Likely file.
I bought Mason jersey and hope I can wear it next season. Same. We bought it for the playoff game.
So Mason, we kind of need you to make the purchase. You know,
Worthwhile.
Yes.
Brian says maybe this was already talked about, but how the hell did TJ not get Defensive Player of the Year? That's how he opened this. I don't know how the fuck he didn't win it. Just how. The man that won it had 5 less sacks than him. The man that won it has less than everything TJ Watt had statistically in every category. Huh?
Just always remember.
The guy that won it had 1 sack since eating turkey. TJ Watt had 7.5.
Just remember. Garrett, before tonight, didn't win one yet.
Who cares? Oh my God, he can't sleep at night because he didn't win one. Here you go. Here you go, buddy. Let's give it to the guy that didn't win it last year. Fucking stupid, man. Fucking stupid.
That's what they cater to.
Yeah. Participation trophies at this point. Oh, you didn't win one yet? Oh, here you go. Sorry, we forgot about you. Mika, did you win one yet? We'll get you next year. We got you.
Not like I play the game anymore, but I look forward to Garrett being 99 and Watt being 97 in Madden. I look forward to the top 100 players of 2023. I look forward to Myles Garrett being number 2.
Because Mahomes is 1. And then TJ
Watt's 6.
What?
Yeah.
6? Yeah, 6 for how many Super Bowls we got, and 2 for the Browns being the number 2 in the toilet.
They wouldn't have this man top 5. Not like listen. I mean,
listen. I'm shouting at the top of my lungs.
That list is garbage every year. It's fucking pathetic.
Voted by the players themselves. No, it's not.
But Jesus,
stop lying.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking stupid.
Oh my God.
Anyway, is there anything else we got to touch on before we get on out of here?
One more before we forget.
I think we got to talk about him.
That is good old number 26, which is available.
It is available. Anthony McFarland signed with the UFL.
Oh, he did?
He signed with the Brahmas, I believe.
Oh, well, good for him.
I don't know where he signed, but he's no longer a Steeler.
So
26 is available. And no, Charles Woods is not coming out of retirement.
no.
No, I'm sorry, not Charles. I'm wrong Woodson. Rod Woodson, excuse
Or
me.
even Deshae Townsend at that.
Deshae Townsend's not coming out either.
But he actually just got a new job. I think he's with the Lions now.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, that's great.
Damn. The Lions are taking all our former players. Son of a bitch.
Dan Campbell has something in mind. Anyway, Le'Veon Bell is attempting a comeback in the NFL at the age of 32. He is attempting to get back into the league, and he has stated that he is playing for one team, or wants to play for one team, and one team only, and you already know what it is.
In fact, I have the article, but I'll read the article after I put this in the chat. Should the Steelers sign Bell to be the RB3? Yes or no? Gives you guys honest opinions in the chat. All right, let me get the article up. Here we go. So there is talks, there is rumors, there is speculation out there that Le'Veon Bell wants to attempt an NFL comeback. He's been out the league for a couple years. Since leaving the Steelers, he's joined what? Four different teams? The Bucs, the Jets, I don't know what else. Frankly, after he left the Jets, I just stopped caring.
Yeah,
And as a matter of fact,
we all know the debacle of how he left the Steelers, that controversy. Don't even know to go over it. We all know. We all went through it. Signed with the Jets, didn't pan out. Then he signed with the Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Then the Ravens.
I guess that happened.
I don't remember
We're
that.
living in a bizarro world.
I don't remember that, and he signed with the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Regardless, he's attempting an NFL comeback, and he said the only team he wants to come back for, you all know who it is, man. When interviewed, he mentioned, I'm going to be honest with myself. I got to go out there and be like, I'm going to put my foot in the ground. Do I feel it? Am I hurting? Can I go out there and really play again? And, bro, I'm telling you all right now, when I go out there and train in March, and if I hit April and I make the decision to come back to play in the NFL again, mark my words, this is what Bell said, mark my words, I'll be better than I ever was. Okay, you might want to slow your roll a little bit. Maybe you've been hanging out with Snoop Dogg a little too much, like your old days. Maybe you had another joyride.
No disrespect, but
Maybe you had another joyride with Garrett Bunt. But nonetheless.
No disrespect, but
No.
he's not going to reach the level of what he did back from 2014 to 2016
No.
or even 17.
But if he's going to want to make an attempt at the NFL again, want to attempt a comeback, why would anyone not root for him? You see how many players get new attempts to come back to the NFL that have played in the league after years of being out. Why can't Bell be part of that? Martavis Bryant was just signed to the Cowboys months ago. He didn't succeed. But why can't Bell?
Tim Tebow tried out at tight end.
Yeah, I mean, all these players coming out of whatever they've been hiding at to make comebacks, and it doesn't really go well. It doesn't really lead to a lot of success. But I mean, if Bell wants to come back, who is anyone to tell him no? He's gonna go out there. He's gonna train. He's gonna see how he feels, and maybe if he's feeling good, he'll make a comeback. But of course, there's only one team he would want to go to, which might limit his options, because I don't know if any team's going to show him interest if he only wants to come back to one team. But he said, and I will only come back for that one team. You all know who it is. I don't have to say no team. You all know who it is. Of course, that is the beloved black and gold Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, he's gone back into good graces with the Steeler Nation, with the Steelers in general, pretty much.
Yeah, in fact, he said this. I never apologized to the fans for sitting out or leaving the Steelers. I never apologized. So I want to say I apologize for leaving the best damn fans there is in this damn world. I shouldn't have left. I apologize. I should have never left. I apologize. That's my fault. That's on me. I mean, a lot of people warned him, but yes.
Yeah.
He apologized. And I think that bridge was never burnt. We know why he sat out. That bridge was never, it's not like an Antonio Brown situation. That bridge was never
nowhere
burnt.
near.
I think a lot of us have forgiven Bell. And he's going to attempt a comeback, and very much like Martavis Bryant, a lot of us are going to support him because he was great when he played.
Oh, dude.
When he
during that span, he was
When he wasn't
one of the best running backs last decade.
When he wasn't going through his issues, when he wasn't hurt, when he wasn't suspended, God, he was a phenomenal player. He'll never reach that peak again.
No.
But
not with the O-line, not with his peak.
And frankly, his age.
Especially at his position.
Granted, he's been out. He's been able to refresh. He might be in the best condition his body's ever been in. After years of rest, that might worry some, but there's like therapy. There's all these types of things that they could do. The whole medical stuff, right? I mean, he might be in the best shape of his life. He might be feeling the best he's ever felt his entire life. So that might help him in his case of trying to reattempt a comeback. That would only be for the Pittsburgh Steelers, according to Bell. Honestly, man, what's there to hurt? What hurt could it do?
There really isn't.
What hurt could it do?
There isn't. It can't hurt to give the guy a try. If his body is up for it, if his body is well conditioned, if his body shows that he is in playing shape, it can't hurt to give this guy a tryout. It can't hurt to give this guy a visit in there.
Right.
It can't hurt. And it's not like he's going to be the running back 1.
No, we're not even a running back 2.
No. Like, we know what Najee and Warren are. We know what they're about. We know what they can do. Running back 3, I mean, it's not really used a lot for the Steelers.
But
They never use it.
Arthur Smith is no secret to really using his depth guys.
I mean, look at the Falcons, especially last year. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, and Cordell Patterson. Like, he managed or found a way, even in limited reps for those guys, he found a way to get them involved. Get that 3-headed monster type of run back room involved.
No, so under his scheme, I would definitely think that
if it's going to be run heavy, he's going to get them involved. He's going to get them in rotation.
Well, he's very run heavy. He's all about keeping his running backs fresh, and a 3 running back system wouldn't be a bad thing.
No. And then that's what Bell would just be. He'd just be the 3rd running back and very, very little reps if he were to complete this comeback.
I would see it, because I don't think this O-line is very successful for Bell's running style.
Now, we all know Bell's run style.
Bell's best attribute, if he were to ever come back, would be in the receiving game.
And we knew how he was as receiving back just as much as a running back.
Yeah.
Very good.
So
very reliable.
I want to throw that out there. I wouldn't hate it. It's worth giving him a shot. What hurt can it do?
Yeah.
He'd be the running back 3. He'd keep us fresh. Arthur Smith loves to use his depth guys. He can definitely use a 3 running back committee. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I would support it.
Yeah, listen, I wish Bell the best of luck. I really do.
Yeah.
This is what he wants to try to do. He wants to attempt a comeback, and I'm going to support him.
Yeah.
I think we all should. If he makes the team, I mean, props to him. If he doesn't, well, at least he been tried.
Bring him in as a camp body. Let's see what he's got. If he's obviously out of his prime, if he's washed, if he's this and that, right? If he's showing his age, if he's showing his lack of being in football condition or playing football, obviously he's a cut in the final cuts. It's whoopee. Hey, it was worth giving you an opportunity. Good to see you back, but it just didn't work out this time around. We wish you the best in your future. Good
yeah, a simple at least the man's giving it a shot.
I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't say, just bring him in and think that he's going to be a running back 3. No, I would look for other options out there in free agency or maybe, possible draft if they were to draft a running back 3 or another undrafted running back to potentially fill that role. Yeah.
Well, Bell's been mentioning all over social media on X. He's been saying, let me go text Coach Tebow quick.
I didn't see that.
He always said, now, of course, he didn't really back this up when he left the Steelers. He said he wouldn't work for any other coach but Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, he left the Steelers, worked with, who was it, Adam Gase, I think?
Yeah.
It was terrible. But, obviously, he's reflected a lot on his past. He's reflected on his decisions. He regrets leaving. He apologized to the fans. He would definitely come back for Coach. He'd come back for the Steelers. If he's going to make an NFL comeback, it's going to be only for the Steelers, just to see if he still has it. And if he doesn't, well, guess what? At least he tried it.
Yeah.
At least that's off his bucket list. At least he doesn't have to reflect on it that much. He's like, hey, I tried this. I came back for Coach T. We'll see how it goes. It's not a bad idea.
No, it's not.
It's not the dyingest need for the Steelers, but it's just one of those things where, hey, why not? I wouldn't hate it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Hell, he texted, I guess it was Coach Tomlin. He posted a screenshot of a text he sent and said, keep that 26 available with a winking eye emoji.
Yeah.
That was to Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
Who else is going to send that to? So, no, I don't hate the idea. You know, Bell, when you look back at it, he was a phenomenal player. I wouldn't call him a legend or a great in any sense because he just wasn't here that long.
Yeah.
And he definitely gave us some down moments, some havoc, some headache. But man, was he a phenomenal player? It's worth giving him that comeback opportunity. If it didn't work out, well, guess what? At least he tried it. He can move on with his life.
Yeah.
It's worth an opportunity.
But again, like I said, I want to bring him back as the sole back to compete for number 3 or bring in more bodies. I mentioned Cordell Patterson with Arthur Smith getting them involved. I think he's actually a projected free agent. If they want to get a guy in that could fill that running back 3 role like he did in Atlanta, but be used as that receiving back, a slot weapon, or even a return specialist. You know, Patterson could be another guy, but I know there's other options out there too. You know, just bring in bodies to compete for running back 3.
Yeah, I even entertained the idea of them selecting a running back late day 3.
Yeah, they could do that.
Just to fill a spot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's something that they could definitely do. I mean, I know you don't want to take a lot from Najee and Warren's carries because they're very productive.
And I don't think they would. I don't think they would.
No, because I don't think Bell would see a lot of carries. He'd be a receiver.
Yeah.
That's his best attribute nowadays. His run style is not successful with our still aching offensive line. So let's use him in the receiving game.
Right.
Why not? It's worth a shot. I don't know if it actually happens, but if it does, then, we're in full support. We'll see how it goes. Otherwise,
All right, best of luck to Bell.
best of luck to Bell, and we hope he's in the best shape he can be. Hope he's living his best life, and shout out to Le'Veon Bell. The PEF says, had Bell stuck around with us, I think he could have slowly transitioned receiver. Oh, easily. Easily. He was the best receiving back in the league. I mean, Bell was, man, looking back at it, he was something. He really was.
Oh, dude, guy was unstoppable.
That's just the thing. If Bell isn't happy, how does he react? I don't know if that's worth it. Well, Bell was more so like contract unhappy. He wanted guaranteed money. He wanted all this. He wanted to be paid like a number 1 running back and a number 2 receiver or a number 1 receiver, or whatever the hell he said. It was never, him not getting enough carries or him not seeing enough time.
No, he got the playing time. I mean, they pretty much ran him into the ground. Let's be real.
What would he be unhappy about? He was only unhappy because we weren't going to give him the biggest contract for a running back, which thank God, because that would have been hard.
We would have been crippled in cap space.
That would have been one of Colbert's biggest L's.
Yeah.
So that was a blessing. He turned that down twice.
Yeah, reportedly.
But what would he be unhappy about?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting what he's hoping for. That comeback, that tryout, being there in camp.
Yeah, what would he be unhappy about?
If he doesn't make it, it's just, this just didn't pan out. But hey, we brought you in, we gave you the tryout. Glad to have you. Best of luck to you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if it really happens, but it's floating around, and that's our 2 cents. So, otherwise, I wouldn't really worry about a running back 3 that much when we have other pressing needs. And for sure, after the Super Bowl, man, we're going to really start focusing on the cap situation and the free agents and all that stuff, man. The Steelers are going to have their hands full. And it's going to, hey, we're already almost in mid-February. So the time's going to be going even faster, and before you know it, we're going to be seeing a lot of moves from the Steelers, man.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because the season's pretty much over. We got Super Bowl Sunday, and then after that, it's just full-on offseason, full-on free agency, then the draft talk, all that. This is where it all gets fun. So can't wait for it, man. But with that being said, I think we're going to get on out here. We're going to close it for the night. We're going to close the episode for tonight, man. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. As we discussed a lot, we discussed TJ Watt being robbed again for a 3rd time. We discussed the new additions. We discussed the quarterback talk. And just shooting the shit with you guys, man. It's always fun. It's always great to do that, especially with it being the offseason, man. So appreciate you guys for joining us tonight. Otherwise, we're going to close it out. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. Tomorrow is Friday.
Make it a strong one. Make it a strong finish. Then we got Super Bowl weekend.
Man. And you guys enjoy your Super Bowl weekend. You guys enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the game. Enjoy Super Bowl Sunday. Otherwise, go Niners. Fuck the Chiefs. Go Niners.
No Swifties.
No Swifties.
No Swifties allowed.
No Swifties here. Nah. Go Niners, man. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Here we go, Steelers, at the end of the day.
As always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace! I'm sorry. That's a crime. This guy needs arrested. I'm sorry.
Hit the sirens.
This guy needs arrested.
Cops.
No
over
need
here.
to panic.
Come on.
This guy needs arrested. What the fuck is going on here? The fuck? This is a crime scene right here, man.
Robbery, man. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. Like, what is it for? TJ did nothing wrong.
I know. It's sad. It's a sad day. Shout out to Cam Hayward, though, man.
Props to Cam Hayward. Congratulations.